There is so much disruption right now. So many of the plans that we had for ourselves, for our family, for our work have been disrupted. And there are a lot of theological questions that arise naturally, human questions about what's the plan, what's the purpose of this COVID-19 situation. And far be it from me to ever speculate and pretend that I know what God's plan is. But Rav Kook speaks to the question of what the meaning of this all is in a comment he makes on Parshat Vayikra. If we were to open up the Sefer Torah this week in Shul, which sadly we won't have the opportunity to do, we would notice that the Aleph in the word Vayikra is smaller than the letters that surround it. The Rishonim wonder why this is the case, and the Baal HaTurim explains that the word Vayikra with the Aleph reflects God's direct communication with Moshe, his endearing relationship with Moshe in a way that reflects itself in a clear manifestation of God's plans in the world. However, Moshe doesn't want to write Vayikra. Out of humility, he wants to write the word Vayikar, which means that God is only coming to him out of happenstance, out of chance, almost randomly, not because Moshe is deserving to see the world from God's perspective, but because Hashem happens to choose Moshe at this moment. So Moshe wants to write the word Vayikar. Hashem insists on Vayikra with the Aleph, and Moshe compromises and says, I'll write the Aleph small because I want to be in a place where I can feel and experience your immanence and your providence, but it is hard for me. I am struggling to do so, and so I'm going to write it with the Aleph smaller to demonstrate that there is a gap between what I want to believe and what I experience. And indeed, this speaks to the current moment where we want to believe so deeply that there is a master plan, that Hashem is in charge, Hashem is in control. But our experiences lag behind. We see so much suffering. We see so much disruption. And so perhaps one way to appreciate God's master plan is by experiencing, says Rav Kook, the kindness and the human touch that the crisis has unleashed in us and in our family and in our community. That having that glimpse of human goodness and of compassion and of care, which is what the Kohanim did in facilitating korbanot in Parshat Vayikra, we can catch a sliver of what God's purpose is. And toward that end, I want to share a conversation that I read that was shared in a rabbinic WhatsApp group, and I'm going to read it to you, which gets towards that question of what is God's greater plan with this COVID-19 breakout. It was actually written by Jenny Alberts, and I'm not going to cite the entire conversation, but I will cite parts of it because it gets exactly to this point of aspiring to see the bigger picture through small acts of human goodness. It's a conversation between society and Hashem. Here's how it reads. Society, what about my plans? Hashem, my plans for you are always better than your own. Don't worry, I'm going to work this all out for your good. Society, we're not going to get anything done during this shutdown. That's the point. You know how you keep spinning your wheels, always working, moving, doing, but never feeling satisfied. I've given you permission to stop. I've cleared your calendars. Your worth is not tied to your busyness or accomplishment. All you have to do is take care of each other. What does this all mean? It means I'm in control. It means you are human and I am God. It means I've given you a wonderful opportunity to be the light in a dark world. It means you're going to learn to rely on each other and on me. What are we supposed to do if we can't leave our homes? You're supposed to rest. You're always so busy and overwhelmed, crying out to me, weary, exhausted, overworked. Can't you use a break from your fast-paced and overscheduled lives? Go ahead, rest, daven, love your families, be still, and spend time with me. Why is this happening? To remind you that I'm in control, to bring your attention back to me. I'm bringing you together as families and neighbors. I'm showing you patience and perseverance. I'm reminding you of your purpose and priorities. Now is the time to learn and to teach your children what life is really about. But we're scared. I've got this one. I'm with you. I hope this conversation speaks to you in the same way that it speaks to me. Certainly it does not answer the serious questions that we feel right now with the disruption of our lives. But we can at least appreciate that there is something greater going on, and we can have the humility to experience part of that master plan through acts of kindness and goodness to each other. I wish you all a wonderful Tuesday, and I look forward to hearing from you and staying in touch in the days ahead.